Hi Libra. The second time I've done your video this morning because the first time my camera screwed up, it's kept on freezing on me. And then I realized that we are in the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde, which starts on March 22nd. So, and today's the 9th? 8th. 9th. Man. Yeah. So let's talk about the full moons really quick. Because you guys you have been extremely affected by these two full moons that are happening in March. One of them was in your 12th house in Virgo on the 1st. Especially if you're a Libra rising, you were very affected. I'm a Libra rising, plus I'm a Virgo sun. You guys, if you've been following me, you know that. So I was like doubly affected. And it's really funny because even though I know the energies and even though I know the rituals to do with full moons, especially the ones that directly affect you, and even though I know what I'm supposed to do with these energies, it still can become very hard. And so I feel often that I have to explain to people, I'm not being an asshole. I'm not being an asshole. I'm pulling myself away on purpose. I am only scheduling personal, like 2 or 3 personal readings a day because my energies can be so depleted sometimes. I was pleasantly surprised. There were only a couple of days in the beginning of this month so far after the Virgo full moon. So I kind of feel like Libras are taking it a little easier because Virgo can be very critical. I do know there were a couple of days I had where like everything had to be spotless. Everything had to be clean. Everything had to be perfect and tidy and all in one place. That's kind of letting up a little bit. Along with all the other planetary things happening, Mars is going into Capricorn, Mercury and Venus are in Aries. When Mercury and Venus are in Aries, they call it like the love bubble that you have could very well be affected. So be careful with that. Especially since Mercury is going retrograde on the 22nd, which means it will be in Aries through April, or towards the middle to end of April. And then we have the shadow period as well. So when Mercury is in Aries and it's retrograde, you can easily get into arguments, and you don't want to do that, especially since your sign is also, or your planet is also in Aries. Jupiter is also retrograde. I know there's a lot of stuff happening for Libra in March. And I really kind of wanted to throw this all out there at the beginning of the video. I know a lot of people don't like it when I talk a lot, but there are reasons why you feel this way. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm just going to throw the cards out and be like, this is what's happening in your month. Good luck. Go forth. Be fantastic, right? Because so many people don't understand that we are very affected by the way the planets are moving around. And Jupiter has gone retrograde. And that is a lot of internal work. We turn inwards when Jupiter is no longer expanding our environment or external world. We turn inwards.
And we're already turning inwards in March because of the Virgo full moon, because of the Libra full moon on the 31st. It's like, how much more internal can we get? Mercury is going retrograde. Internal, internal, internal. What I really want you guys to do this month is to remember the scales. Don't go so internal that you go dark. If you have to go dark, go dark. But then you're unbalanced. If you have a couple of friends that you can really, really rely on to go to and be like, listen, I can't trust anybody else with my emotions right now or with what's going on inside of me or what I'm trying to deal with. Can you be my listening ear and not be judgmental towards me? Because I feel like if you go too internal and you kind of shut yourself down towards the end of March, you will explode. And that's when the Libra scales are so unbalanced, because Libras can be very charismatic and very charming and very open. We are quite possibly the sign that is like the hostess with the mostest, right? You're not feeling like that right now because you really don't want to host anybody. You just want to host yourself. Depending on what else you have in your chart,
I know I'm feeling that way, and I know a couple of other Libra friends that just really want to like get in bed, watch Netflix, you know, and we've had those up and down moments. March is really the time for you to, this is like, to me, this big test for Libra to learn how to balance out these scales once and for all for the rest of the year. Because I feel like after March, things are going to really start picking up a little bit more. And I'm not going to say that life is going to be like easy and like hunky-dory and everything's going to be perfect. But it doesn't have to be so hard, you know? So let's get this internal work done. Sorry, I've been talking a lot for the last couple of days, so my throat is a bit scratchy. Yes, I'm doing tea. I'm doing honey with tea. I'm doing all sorts of lemon, honeys, teas. I'm working on it. I just talk a lot. I talk for a living, so people are like, shut up already. All right, Libra. So the second half of March. You know what's really cool, though, is I do feel like if you don't already have somebody in your life right now, I do feel like that's coming. But I kind of feel like somebody showed up already. That's so funny. Are you going to go internal and kind of just work on your business with the Nine of Pentacles? Because it's like, I got this really great opportunity. The Ace of Wands and the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is like, I mean, if you look at her shirt, that's really cool. There's like a yin and yang. This is a very Libra card, except it's like the balancing out of, do I push forward and make that decision to push forward, or do I like hold back and take care of my business that's still back here? And I kind of feel like you guys are in the middle of trying to deal, what do I deal with? What do I deal with, you know? So you could very well have a great opportunity when it comes to work. I do want to say that as these opportunities come in, really remember who you are. You're going to want to remember and stay true to who you are this month. Because there could be a tendency for some people to question that. And you don't want to, you know, create you want to keep this stable, happy vibe going on, right? Four of Wands. As these really, I feel like you are coming into that time, you know, we talked about like going inwards, you know, and I feel like that was the first half of March. And I feel like the second half of March, like I said, you guys will be kind of coming out of your shell, if you had a shell. But really knowing that like after this time of working on yourself, oh, my nose itches, Libra. Itchy nose. Kinetic energy, big time here, for sure. Don't be in denial that people could shockingly come out of the woodwork in the second half of March. And this could be that context that I was talking about. Because I do feel like you guys have either kind of manifested something in your life or are manifesting something in your life. Like you really wanted something to happen, whether it's a relationship or it's a project or work environment, something. But Libras have really good manifestation powers right now, and that's because there's so much internal work going on. So let's use our powers for good. Mars going into Capricorn. That's like, you know, Mars and Saturn both in Capricorn. That is the big time work mode. Got to go forward. I have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So there's definitely a lot of teamwork happening here. I want you to make sure that you are balancing out work and home life. Because you're going to have all of this energy surrounding you. All of this really, really, really exciting energy surrounding you. towards the end of March. And if you feel like you've been doing it alone, you won't be feeling so much alone towards the end of March. We have 2 9s here. The 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. Like, yeah. This is like the best of both worlds. But I want to make sure that you are keeping this balanced in that 9, you know, because like if one scale tips this is like really, really, really good stuff going on. Libras tend to, like, when really good things start to happen in their life, they tend to get a little pessimistic. Like, oh my God, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like, when is the basket gonna fall? You know, when is the sky gonna fall? And I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. And I kind of want to say that because things have not been hunky-dory for so long, it's like, okay, I just met a really great person, or I have this really great person, or there's this really great opportunity coming up in the second half of March. What's the catch? I don't think there is a catch, Libra. I don't think there is a catch, and I don't care what anybody else says. I think you guys are on the upswing for sure. And it's about time. And I feel like you kind of let go of some things for that to happen. You had to. You had to let go of some things for that to happen. A lot of it was you having to let go of your own pride. A lot of it was you having to let go of ideals of the way things were, you thought they had to be like a certain way. 6 of Cups. There's that connection. It's so funny. It's like work, opportunity, I'm not sure, happy home, work, opportunity, I'm not sure, happy home, connection. So, like I said, if you have like that really close connection with somebody, or you've met somebody or something like that, and you feel like you can trust them enough to be like, listen, I gotta like let my emotions out a little bit so I don't explode. So I can balance myself out a little bit more so I don't explode. I think that's like a valued thing right now. I really feel like you have people around you, or a specific person. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Because once you get this really fantastic Ace of Wands opportunity, once you get this 3 of Pentacles, it's like this teamwork is bumping up, and things start looking really good and really happy and start looking really stable. And you go from the 9 of Cups to the 10 of Cups. Lots of emotions going on. And yet this 2 of Swords just keeps staring at me. Like, I'm not really sure what direction to choose. I don't want you to look backwards. I want you to keep moving forward. I want you to keep moving forward. And how do you move forward when things are going really well? You know, like, how do you keep doing that when you have that mindset of what's gonna go wrong, what's gonna get screwed up? Trust that your manifestation powers are much bigger than you think. Trust that the people around you are actually there to help you and not to burden you. Trust that your life is on an upswing, that things are happening in divine timing. And I said that, and card flew out, so let's see what it is. Yeah, the Magician. I mean, come on. I do want to say, try not to manipulate situations with your charm. Because let's be honest, you can do it. You can do it. And when I say that, I'm saying it to myself too. Because Libras can be very charming. And if they don't like a situation and they want to tip it back into their favor, they can manipulate it with charm. They can make it sound like that person either doesn't really know what they're talking about in a really, really sweet way. Like, let's not do that. Because you have serious manifestation powers right now. So let's use your powers for good instead of evil, right? What do they say? With great powers comes great responsibility. Ooh. We have the King of Pentacles, and we have the King of Cups. And we have the Lovers. So you could have, I'm seeing like a Gemini. We could have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But with the Lovers, there's Gemini again. But the Magician is ruled by Mercury. So when Mercury does go into retrograde later this month, really make sure that you are manifesting things positively in your life, like the Lovers. If you have a choice, Libra, that's cute. You guys are so funny. Either there's one person with two different personalities, or there could be even three people here with the Gemini card right in the middle. Charming, isn't it? Lovely, lovely, charming. We have death, so we could have a Scorpio in our midst, or major change happening. We have the Star, and the Emperor, and the Devil. Wow. And Justice. Man, you guys. If you have a choice, this is going to be like a super long reading, because this just opened up a whole can of worms, Libra. If you have a choice between 2 or 3 people, I beckon to mention the 3 of Pentacles here. You are majorly in charge of how this goes. If you have a choice between 2 people, or you are just in an opportune time of either manifesting really, really great resources with the King of Pentacles, or a good relationship with the King of Pentacles, being on point with your intuition, or manifesting a great relationship with the King of Cups. There's a lot of work and there's a lot of emotion in March, and I really, really like it. So many major arcanas. There's some big change and transformation. Jupiter going retrograde yesterday. Jupiter is in Scorpio, right? The Star is, I mean, we have a lot of characters here now. There's a lot of working really hard. There's a lot of, I mean, like, Mars went from Aries to Capricorn. It's like you guys are kind of telling your own story here. Like, I'm going to get this balance out whether people like it or not. I'm going to find this healing and this balance with the Star, whether they like it or not. A lot of players, a lot of big moments for you. So really cash in on that. And really take advantage of the electric energy that is coming towards you from whoever it is. You know, I mean, this Ace of Wands is that really big electric charge. And if it feels, and, you know, I mean, I almost am thinking that you guys are welcoming this Knight of Pentacles. After all the chaos that's happened, this Knight of Pentacles energy, it's like that very slow, steady, yet stable energy of things moving forward. I'm going to go in this, and I feel like this is you guys going very slow, very steady, almost in a very kind of playful way. You know? And if you don't want to be playful and you want to be a little bit guarded with this slow, stable energy, that's fine too. But let's not forget, you know, when we have the Ace of Wands, fiery energy happening around you, it is a welcome slow steadiness to have the Knight of Pentacles, because that leads you into the Ten of Cups. So make sure you guys are connecting on a level that is not, I don't know what to do. If you don't know what to do, retreating is okay. But March looks really good, and I don't want that mentality that Libras can sometimes have of, you know, what's the disaster that is looming in the distance because I can't see it yet, but I know it's there. It's not there. It's actually moving out of your line of sight. And the funny thing is I know that there are still a lot of Libras that are kind of struggling through this energy. And I want to tell you guys that this change, this death change, you know, this transformation, and I don't mean like real death. This is Scorpio, you know, we evolve all the time. This death and transformation that is happening with Libras during March is like that thing that you guys have been waiting for the last year and a half, 2 years. It's like this, it's now your time to really get to enjoy the good parts of existence, of life. So, no, don't think of all the bad stuff that's coming up. Don't try to balance out the happy with the sad. Let's just balance out the happy with, you know, the happy. Like, let's just keep it on that level because things are looking good. I see that you're working extremely hard towards your goals. Extremely hard towards your goals. And there is a person there that is backing you up. Either you've already met this person or you are meeting this person in March. And whoever it is, whether it be an earth sign or a water sign, whoever is in your life that is backing you up, that you have this very deep connection with, could be an air sign as well. We do have the Justice card, so you could be dealing with 2 Libras. I don't know. Libras often get along very well together because we all just want everybody to be happy all the time. Or not happy, but just to get along. Don't go to bed angry with a Libra, right? It can happen. Just know that your manifestation powers are so great right now that you can make this reading go either way you want. It can go you have the power to balance out your scales. Let's put it that way. It can go really, really good or it can go really, really bad. So try to keep your defenses down. Have a really wonderful March. It was 22-22 when I said that. Keep your defenses down on the video. Have a really wonderful March. If you'd like a personal reading, check out the InstantGo app. That link is below. Also, all of my readings on my website, fearlessintuition.net, are 10% off for the remainder of March. That is a big thank you to everybody out there in YouTube land. You guys are fantastic. Fearlessintuition.net. I am traveling next week, so if you have a personal reading coming from me or an email reading coming from me, might be delayed a couple of days. If you email me and ask me when your email reading is coming, it's just going to take longer for me to get it. I get 200 emails a day, so I cannot email everybody back and let them know exactly when their email's coming. Like, that's kind of, anyway. If you got a confirmation from the website, I got the confirmation as well. If you don't hear from me after 7 days from your email reading, then you can contact me. I don't mind. Please do not contact me after 24 hours. I love you guys so much. Hope you have a really wonderful March, and I will see you later. Bye.